Welcome to Real Talk, where we explore the latest street topic and gossip and events that are taking place within our community. Getting straight into it, first question, why do you feel violence is on the rise in London, especially amongst young people in Britain?
Well, basically it's the drugs, man. When we was growing up, there weren't the drugs running around like that. Now, you've got kids in school, 11, 12, 13, smoking from a young age. By the time they get to 18, 19, 20, the damage is done. And now they don't have respect for life, they don't have respect for themselves, they're disobedient, and that's why you get again a different generation to what I grew up in. You know what I'm saying? When we was in school, we was thinking about football, we was thinking about, you know what I mean, having a laugh, meeting friends, sweets, whatever. These guys are thinking drugs, it's a different thing. So now people, by the time they reach 18, 19, the damage has been done, and they now don't respect life and don't respect themselves. That's how it is, bro.
I mean, you made some fantastic points and a comparison from when you was younger to now. Why do you think things have changed?
Mainly,
what are the factors?
People got no respect. Not people, but a lot of kids haven't grown up with that respect installed into them. And that, how can I put it? Like things like religion. You get certain morals from religion that these kids ain't been fed. And now, all they know is drugs. By the time they get to 19, 20, they're confused. So when it comes to things like fighting, where we'd use our fists, these kids are confused and they want to use something else. You know what I mean? But really, the truth is, if you want to sort something out as a man to man, there's only one way.
Do you feel that education could be a form of solution in terms of helping these kids?
Education is there for those who want it. You know what I mean? And teachers do what they can. But you can't hold a gun to nobody's head and say learn. You know what I mean? That's got to come from the parents. That's got to come from motivation. That's got to come from yourself. Even if it don't come, it will come in later years. But if you're using drugs in primary school, I mean, me myself, I never smoked a zoo till I was over 16. These kids are smoking 11, 12. Brain ain't ready for it. Brain's damaged by the time they get 16. I was fresh at 16. I'm fresh now, but I was fresh at 16. I'm playing, bro.
No, it's real talk, man.
Yeah.
Do you feel that?
Also, let me touch on the violence. I don't understand it. I mean, when it comes to things like knife crime, and people carrying knives and stabbing people and taking people's lives, taking women's children, fathers, sons, there's only one way to deal with it. 20, 30 years, mandatory. Mandatory. I don't want to spend 2-3 hours in a cell. So imagine 20, 30 years and terror that will be. There's all this blah blah, oh, what do we do? How do we stop this? Oh, we don't know what to do, the government, yeah? 20, 30 years, people. Trust me. Think twice.
But some would argue, I mean, that's another fantastic point, but some would argue family members that would say 20 years, 35 years minimal, some families would, and probably most families would push for more, because they would say, actually, you've taken a life.
This is what I'm saying.
There is no kind of...
Listen, if it's 50 years, yeah? If somebody stabs one of my family or wants to kill one of my family, I'm going to be after them 50 years. So they got 50 year, like, you know what I mean? Sentence anyway, right? But if it's 50 years, if it's 100 years, you can't argue with it because you've taken a life. This is against God's rules, you understand? Right? You don't respect someone else's life, we don't respect you. You take someone else's life, we're going to take your life. The life you have left, I'm going to stick you in a cell to rot.
And you spoke a lot about God, and that's a key principle that most people say we're missing in society. People don't talk about God, and God doesn't seem to be present in our society.
I grew up with a Bible. When I was living in Ghana for 5 years with family, my grandmother, so we all had a Bible. And I kept that with me. And every day I'd read a different story. Moses, David and Goliath, different things. So, and it slowly this installs. This is one thing you can't argue with religion about, is that it installs certain qualities that you need and morals that you need in life. Without them, you're just a blank canvas waiting to be exploited, and that's what the drugs do. You know what I mean? So my last saying on this, there's all this talk, oh, what do we do? Sadiq Khan, I don't know what to do. Scotland are doing this, we should... Rubbish, yeah? Let everybody know, you dare to threaten anybody's life, try and take somebody's life, forget the 20, 30 years. Yeah? Let's just make it 30 years. So you know, from the get-go, you mess with somebody's life, you don't respect somebody's life, we don't respect your life. That's what I have to say.
And last and finally, for those watching, young people that are in prison, on their way to prison, those that are caught up in the streets, drugs, gangs, what message would you say to them? What piece of advice would you give them, a younger you, a younger...
Try to be better, man. You know what I mean? Me, I've never been into that. I can handle myself, but I don't get into what people want me to be or expect. Everything's organic, what I want to do. Keep your own mind, have a plan, and don't be walking down no dead-end road, which is what that life is. You know what I mean? It's fun, and you're 16, 17, it's fun. I've been there with friends, but past that, there's nothing there for you. Nothing, you know what I mean? But what can you do?
Thank you.